This is the Aruba flag. This is also the Aruba flag. So is this, and this, and that, and so is that one. These are all supposedly the flags of Aruba. But are they officially? Do you notice any differences? You might be wondering, what are you getting at? If you're a local, you know that the conversation surrounding the colors of Aruba's flag and which one is the official shade isn't a new conversation. Some call it a debate, others a controversy. But one thing is for certain, this discussion has existed since the inauguration of our flag and anthem on March 18, 1976. If you are a visitor of our island and hearing this for the first time, well, we're going to dive right into the conversation with
the untold stories of the Aruban flag.
Aruba may be small, but our pride is immense. This island is undeniably patriotic, and we cherish our flag and anthem. As we know, March 18 is a major holiday here, Dia de Himno y Bandera. When it comes to our anthem, there's no debate. We know who composed it, we know the commission members who brought it to life, we know the words to it, and we all agree it's a beautiful anthem. Here's Maybelline Adens, who played a pivotal role in our national anthem's debut on March 18, 1976, to share a quick rendition.
Aruba patria aprecia nos cuna venera chiquita y simple porta pero si respeta.
Now back to the flag. As Ejin will tell you, the conversation around it isn't as straightforward as our anthem.
This curiosity about the Aruban flag starts because I love this island and I love its history, but then I've always been curious why so much controversy about the color of the flag. Why don't we do proper research about how we designed the flag, who designed it, why did we choose those colors? And I don't always am content with the information that is always provided to me. I always try to fact check.
Determined to uncover the truth, Ejin embarked on a fact-finding journey, one that led him all the way to Boston. But why Boston? To our local and Bostonian friends, did you know that an American woman had a major hand in designing Aruba's flag? Her name is Sarah Bollinger, and her story is a good one.
A typewriter who knew nothing about flag design and who was pushed in a few days to come to Aruba and help us reach our own flag.
That is Sarah's story in a nutshell. As you can imagine, while Ejin and his team were uncovering documents inside Sarah's home, there was so much more to this story.
And he allows us to go through the entire collection. We spent a whole day there recording him for interviews, recording Sarah's best friend, and going through the collection. And it was mind-boggling, all the things that we discovered. I knew that these things that we were looking at haven't been seen by anyone in Aruba for close to half a century. Pictures, documents, sketches, designs, journal entries. We even discover a manuscript for a book about her experience in Aruba in 1976.
Sarah is no longer with us, but her son gifted the entire collection to Ejin and his team to thoroughly examine. And now Ejin shares with us two fascinating discoveries he made with the collection.
One of those was that the original flag of 1976 was part of this collection, and we compared that to an actual official Aruban flag. And I can tell you that they're not the same. And in the documentary, you will see why they're not the same. But basically, since the beginning, Aruba wanted the blue to be United Nations blue. And I can tell you that we're not taught that in school, meaning that the reason why that color was chosen is because Aruba wanted to become an independent country within the Dutch kingdom, and as a country wanted to stand for the things that the United Nations stands for. So that beautiful symbolism, by choosing that blue, and not only reflecting the skies and the ocean, but also the symbolism of the United Nations, I think is something beautiful. But simply when you compare the Aruban flag with the United Nations flag, that blue has to be exactly the same. That's one of the things. The other one was how quickly or how little time they had to design a flag. So I can tell you that she arrived in Aruba on the 4th of March, and you can think that the inauguration of the flag and anthem was the 18th of March. So that's 14 days. But it doesn't take you 14 days to only design. You still have to manufacture, and these flags had to be manufactured internationally. So everything went by so quickly, and you see that also written in her manuscript, and that helped me understand also why today we still have issues with the color of the flag.
With all this new information, the documentary was completed, or so we thought. On April 21st, 2024, Edgen and his team hosted a soft launch for the production of the Untold Stories of Aruba's flag. But not so fast. After the documentary's release, more people came forward bringing even more information to light.
So by sitting down with the wife of the late Mr. Leo Dorotal, she also gifts us his entire collection. And in this collection, you get all the flags that he has collected throughout the years, including flags of 1976, 77, 78, 90s, 2000s. And you clearly see why there is an issue, because there are so many hues of blue. So part of this collection also helps us discover other things like documents and correspondence between people that shed light on other aspects of this process. Besides that, Mr. Whitney Smith, who also passed away, his collection is in a university in Austin, Texas. We have to go there. We have to do research in his collection. We've already contacted the university. We just have to let them know the date that we would be coming there. And the other one would be finally getting in contact with his wife or his ex-wife, who lives now in Texas also. And I told her, you experienced this process, even though you were in Boston, we have to interview you. I've done like 4 or 5 video calls, like 2-hour video calls with her. And the things that she's told me coincide with the story, but there are loose ends that won't be loose ends anymore with her intake on the story. So I would say based mostly on these 3 things, Whitney Smith's collection, because that's also valuable, in Sarah's collection, you don't quite see where the flags were printed. In Whitney Smith's collection, he was in charge of printing those flags in Boston. You will see those details. In Leo Dorotal's collection, you see where he prints them. We got in contact with the owners of New England Flag and Banner, which is where our original flag was printed. However, these owners are the 20th owners. This company has been existing since the 1800s, since the 19th century. So I would say those 3 things. Whitney Smith's collection, which now resides in Austin, Texas. This interview with his ex-wife, and then also part of the things that we discover in the collection of Mr. Leo Dorotal.
Leo's role in this story is crucial. He worked very closely with Sarah Bollinger. From Leo's collection, another major discovery surfaced.
This is what they said was the flag that won the competition.
Oh, interesting.
By a 12-year-old girl.
Oh, wow.
That's part of the first edition of our documentary, but that's gonna change because we discovered something.
What did you discover?
That it was not this flag that won the competition, but a different flag. And if you look at that flag, it looks almost identical as our current flag.
No.
And that flag, the designer is still alive. He lives in the Netherlands.
That just gave me chills. Yeah. Let's get some clarity on the color blue, because that is always the topic of conversation when it comes to Aruba's flag.
This is the book that was used in the 70s to choose the name of the color. The thing is that this is not the system that was used in the 70s universally anymore. The new system was the Pantone matching system, the PMS system. This is the British Color Council Dictionary of Color Standards. So the blue that was supposed to be used is the Larkspur blue, BCC 196. That was supposed to be the color.
Of the Aruban flag.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right now, if you, yeah, it looks very dark in here, by the way. With lighting, it also changes.
This one.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's supposed to be like that when you put the actual current flag right next to it, it matches. It actually matches.
Okay.
The thing is that in this book, you see that many Aruban flags resemble this color: Adonis blue, Spectrum blue. We've also seen Forget-Me-Not blue. We have seen so many shades of blue in Aruba.
Here are a few things we need to understand. On March 18, 1976, up to 6,000 people attended the flag and anthem inauguration. Many saw the colors firsthand that night.
This is supposed to be the blue.
2. An official commission representing the people of 1976 selected United Nations blue, which looks like this, as the official blue for Aruba's flag. So this is supposed to be the blue.
Yeah.
3. Through Edgin's discoveries in Sarah Bollinger's collection, we learned that the process of designing and printing the flag was rushed.
And here you see those who are the names of those who are part of the commission. So Mr. Dunk, Mr. Julio Maduro, the head of the commission.
For the occasion of the inauguration, multiple flags were printed, large, medium, and even small ones, and they came from different printing companies from different countries due to the rushed process.
Of course, the flag that was hoisted, that is the color that people want and are used to, and that's the color that they want, and that's for many, the more beautiful color. But then we also have to consider that the Island Council in '76 was the one representing the people and was the one choosing these colors. And Betico Cruz clearly said during this meeting, this public meeting, the color that was chosen, we asked, so this is our favorite color as the Island Council, what's the name of this color? It's called Larkspur Blue or United Nations Blue.
It seems as though something was corrected 10 years ago. It sounds like it's been changed in order to kind of match what it was originally supposed to be?
I would say history, justice was done for history, and they didn't even know that they were doing justice, but justice was done with the actual initial color that was wanted. That's what I would say. History has been corrected.
Okay, so what was done 10 years ago,
yeah,
it was actually the correction.
Yeah, but it was very emotionally charged. It was very politicized. It will always be emotionally charged because for people back then, even if Mr. Betico Cruz gave them that flag, this is the flag that he gave me. This is the color of my flag. So you have to understand that also. But the thing is, in a country that respects and upholds the law, we also have to abide by that law. And there is a law for the flag also, a flag code.
We can't deny that the official color of Aruba's flag is a long-standing discussion, sometimes even an emotional one. Maybe in your heart you believe this is the official shade of Aruba's flag, or perhaps to you it's another one. Or maybe, just maybe, you love all the shades of the blue. One thing we can all agree on, though, we love our island. March 18, Himno y Bandera, is a cherished holiday. We celebrate it with pride, we honor our history, and we embrace our patriotism. I'll let Edgin leave us with a final thought.
And if you pay close attention to the documentary, the answer will be very clear, why we have an issue. But then I ask a question in the end. Is that the only thing that we have to focus on? What does a flag have to inspire in you? What does a flag do actually emotionally also? Isn't that also what should be important?
The full documentary with updated information of the untold stories of Aruba's flag is set to officially debut leading up to the 50th anniversary of the inauguration of our flag and anthem, which will be March 18, 2026. Feliz Día de Himno y Bandera.
Nos cuna venera, chiquitíssim può portar, però si respeta. O Aruba dushitera, nos barranca tan estima, nossa amor papota sina grande, continada pa quibre.
Because they were not even aware that it was an American who helped us design our flag. It was not her who designed the flag. She helped through the process because she represented an entity that knows about flag protocol. And many people, many locals don't know that. Many visitors don't even know that. And whenever I meet a visitor and whenever they tell me that they're from Mass or Massachusetts, I'm like, well, did you know that it was a person from Boston who helped us design our flag? And they don't know. And I think that's a beautiful thing. We need to tell that story to our guests because it would make them feel even more connected to Aruba. And it makes their experience more authentic maybe when they see that flag. Hopefully they would know the story, that it was an American, actually two Americans, who helped us reach our flag, which was Mr. Whitney Smith and also Mrs. Sarah Bollinger.
Aruba dushitera, nos barranca tan estima.